2. Welcome to another exciting episode of Masked or Not with our wonderful heroes, Wilda, the Water Being,
Not really a water being right now, but okay.
Transient, the Matter Manipulator,
Hmm. Oh, we gotta figure out how to get out of here.
Jace, the Technomancer,
I believe at the moment it's actually Jules, the Gadgeteer. However, I also
Jules, the Gadgeteer.
thank you. Presently speaking, I have several million nanomachines and a penchant for extremely unadvisable engineering.
Spencer, the Super Cat,
Hold my root beer. This is going to be really fun.
and Rowan, the Living Glass.
Hey, I can hear the narrator. Can you guys hear the narrator? I can hear the narrator.
That's just the funny voice in my head I've been ignoring this entire time.
And Dahlia, the Living Dead Girl, who is currently out due to being under the weather.
Damn you, weatherman.
Last time on Masternaut, Jason Spencer managed to reconnect after avoiding spirits and police while drawing Mr. Blake's attention in the Humvee. Dahlia managed to have a one-on-one with her grandmother, whom was visited by both Lucifer and Jesus, both giving warning of the multiverse crashing. Rowan met Odin, Thor, and Loki before being tasked with checking in on Freya and Volkvanger. While Wilda and Edward are asked to bring Freya's cats back to her by Hel and Loki after revealing Wilda's demi-Acer potential. How will their paths converge, and what further troubles await in Volkvanger? Find out today.
Oh, and I fought a tank.
Yes, you did. We'll touch more on that later. We pick back up with with Jules and Spencer as they are currently still going down the highway with the Humvee behind the four semi trucks in one after another in full convoy tandem. You had heard over the radio frequency about oddities occurring on the westbound highways heading out of Michigan. And Jules was already starting to feel highly stressed given the mass amount of BS going to hell. So to have more shenanigans occur coming out of hell seems to be just the final straw on the camel's back. At the current moment, you don't see anything on your horizon. However, that does not disparage the warning given ahead. At the current moment, Jules and Spencer, what are you two doing?
Wait, weren't they also with our disembodied spirits? Well, with our bodies,
They're
but
with your. Yes, right now Spencer is still running with the Impala, as well as a bunch of other Spencers, as you used Copycat, I believe, in order to get into the main seat and have a discussion about how everything is going, what all is going on the spirit side. This discussion being between him, the Bardic lifeline, the Bardic lifetime that was Rowan in her past, Hati, and Truth, while Dahlia's body still remains limp and unconscious. Jules is currently, just outside the Impala. Last I checked, still in the back of the of the truck itself, as he's listening in. Well, the conversation had been mostly about how the tethers to the souls that are outside of the body still remaining strong despite the strange contours of time and space between realms. Truth does bring up a notice about the particular character that had caused all of this in the first go. He warns to be careful of the being called madness, and does note that it is another transient, but in a timeline where the truth was not a part of him. Rather, he learned to accept lies and discovered how to make those lies part of the reality, part of the joke, part of the situation. Truth, you want to give that in a better flavor text?
He was the lies made real.
Thank you, Truth.
Let's see here. What would Spencer be doing? So we're currently moving down the highway, right?
Yes.
And we still have all those copies of me carrying the car and everything else, right?
Yes, because I believe that you got like Jules like 16 shots of espresso.
Yeah. And he said he was going to do something with the nanomachine, son, but I haven't really heard what that was going to be yet.
Jules, you want to refresh us on what you were doing with the massive amounts of nanomachines that just got recopied via Spencer copying machine?
Yes, I was using them to functionally overhaul all of the trucks so that we can get home faster and skip all the bullshit this time.
This is going to sound silly, but go ahead and give me a technology roll as you decide to amp up the semis.
Is
I have
that one?
5 pennies I am willing to burn to get us out of this hell.
Is that one for each truck or just one in general?
You know what? One for each truck.
Gonna Benny that one.
This is a super truck. God damn.
Truck 3. Gonna Benny that one. Okay, that would be a 37 DM. Truck 4. Gonna Benny that one. That's another 37 DM. And there were 4 trucks?
You're muted, DM.
Thank you. Yes, that was 4 trucks, not including the Impala being carried by the multiple amounts of Spencers.
I don't care about the Impala. Spencer can handle that.
Of course.
So, going in order, that is a 34, a natural 20 for 38, a 37, and a second 37.
So you imbue these trucks with your nanomachines, somehow changing their driving into high frequency hovering. The wheels have been converted by the nanomachines into a rubber insulated rocket set that seems to propel it just in at the same amount of speed to keep it hovering, and then after you give that vocal or vocal verbiage to give it the full blast, you have all 4 now just start rocketing forward, going faster than the highway speeds. One could even say almost half of supersonic speed, one would say. And as you have them like expediting down the highway, they are able their natural flights now, thanks to your nanomachines, are able to avoid most of the other traffic, including the red lights, the green lights, the yellow lights that would normally play about, the stop signs. the other cop cars that have to literally hit their brakes and look up and then ponder their reality as four flying semi trucks on absolute rockets for tires just flying past them about 25 feet above their heads. Maybe 35. How would you flavor their travel? Like, do you avoid roads at this point? Are you just trying to like
I fly
follow?
low enough that we don't trigger any of the U.S. picking up on flight stuff. Like within that range where it's not so high up that it's like that's an aircraft, as opposed to that's maybe a building or something. Basically above power line level, but not so high that we're like up in the sky.
You're gonna have to hug the tree line.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm going home as quickly as possible because genuinely, if I encounter one more thing, the body count will be higher. Every additional episode that Jace gets stuck in this bullshit, it's another person that Jules will put in the ground. This is not a threat. He's done it before. He'll do it again.
All right, and Spencer, with the vehicles now taking flight into the air, how are you trying to keep up with it in your with the Impala in hand?
I'll pull up my wings and start flying.
So you exit out of the vehicle, return back to one cat carrying the thing, and then grow wings in order to start flying.
Well, you see, there are a lot of other me's around, so before we leave, I'm going to give them all a mental command because they're linked to my mind and each of their own minds. So the first thing I say is, "It's been an honor, gentlemen. Do me proud." And then I grab the Impala, sprout wings, and fly away. That's all I tell them.
Okay, so you're bending your copies as you start flying into the air after switching back to normal yourself, leaving your copies to meander about.
Oh, they're permanent copies. They never disappear until they're killed.
Of course, right here.
And they all have, like, sports jerseys numbers on their chest and back.
Honestly, I'm hoping to roll low for this one, given what I was trying to, what I already had set up. And yeah, that's low enough. So Spencer and Jules, you both take off into the air into this 5-car caravan, just flying just barely above the tree line. Go, yes.
What state was Pyrogold in again?
Nevada.
Give me a second.
Pull
I'm
up that
gonna say
map, boy.
something in roleplay real quick. These children, so impatient. They don't care about the run.
It will
Yeah,
take approximately 5 hours for us to get home. Maybe a little over.
Don't worry so much about it, Hati. He's just tired of dealing with shenanigans.
And I follow directions like a good cat.
What's a shenanigan?
It's this fun thing where you'll figure it out.
It's the universe deciding to play a joke on somebody, usually.
Oh, I have several songs about that.
Why don't you sing one right now so we're not as bored?
Jules is going to preemptively put in his earbuds before Spencer starts singing Wheels on the Bus.
100 million bottles of beer on the wall. 100 million.
Oh goodness, somewhere between the 100 million bottles and the old style recanting via the Bard's song, there is a note in the first hour as you expedite yourself out of Michigan and into I want to say Iowa. Was it Iowa? Was it
Yeah.
Illinois?
It would be Indiana. Indiana, DM, Indiana, then Illinois. Or if we're going like for a straight line, it's Indiana, then I think I forget the next one.
It'll be one of the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back, DM. When I was thinking of 5 and some change hours, that was based off the distance by road. If we're going as the crow flies, it would be 4.5 hours.
Oh, lovely. Then in the first of the 4 hours, as you expedite yourself past everything going at 350 miles per hour, you see a figure on following closely on the roads. And by George, if it wasn't for the fact you're high up above, it'd be more troublesome. As you witness the Joyzy Devil following you, only
The
for
Joyzy
a
Devil.
series. The Joyzy Devil, only for a series of Spencers to pop out from the tree lines in their attempts to keep up with the rest of the group, with the rest of the convoy, and start mad dogging the Joyzy Devil. The Joyzy Devil is now being slowed and covered by a bunch of Spencers before he can do anything to stop this.
Multi-celled organism.
I stare dispassionately into the eyes of the Joyzy Devil as he is weighed down by the wave of Spencers.
DMI. How long have we been flying?
At this point, less than an hour, as you witness the Joyzy Devil get mad dogged by your clones. They're trying to do you proud. They're trying to do you proud.
I'm so proud of them. DM, do you need the stat blocks for each of the many Spencers?
No, because we're just gonna trivialize this current encounter because you guys are taken to the sky at half a supersonic speed, and you decided to let your permanent clone just do as they do. And what they do was like follow you up until they saw trouble. Now they're mad dogging that trouble, and you guys are about to leave that trouble behind.
Sounds good to me. I imagine there's like a copy of Spencer in the seat of the Impala, just going in like an air flight outfit, just kind of like, do you need any peanuts? Peanuts? Anyone?
Does Bardic Rowan even recall what legumes look like?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
So Spencer, you're trying to hand off some bag peanuts, only for you to get a couple of strange look and a disinterested look from the three awakened bodies inside the Impala at the moment.
I
Jules,
see.
you get a confirmation from the lead driver going, sir, this is a bit awkward as I don't exactly have a flying license, but we should be able to make it over to Pyro Gold, Nevada in about 3.5 hours at this point. If you just want to take the time to let us know how our fuel gauges are looking, and we'll be able to keep this baby flying.
Affirmative.
Is it a pilot license? I thank you once more, Transient. So you give your affirmative. They go on. You manage to go from the borders of Iowa, pass over the borders of South Dakota, and start making your way over towards the heightened area of Utah. Not Utah. So yeah, you bypass Indiana, you bypass Illinois, you bypass Iowa. You're currently now floating close to Nebraska as you start beelining your way back towards Nevada. That is a fair point. There does seem to be confirmation coming from one of the other ones. The second convoy goes, sir, we've been driving for about an hour and a half, and our fuel gauges have not dropped. Should we be concerned?
Negative. That's an effect of the current overhauls that your trucks are experiencing. It should revert back to normal once we get on the ground and are able to touch down at our destination.
Well, shoot. Newfangled upgrades and whatnot. Almost excited about the future if this is how trucking is going to be.
It'll take a
Heavy
while for
hand?
this to go mainstream, but at least you get to tell your buddies you were the ones who demoed it.
Need to make a personal check just to see if any of them will be dumb enough to get their wild hairs up their asses and try to do a flip in this. They all get a benefit of +2.
What's that, Jules? You have an excuse to flip out early? Sounds great to me.
Also, I don't think that these guys are driving this damn thing.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm just, you know that thing where it's the kid in the shopping cart with the little wheel.
You know how much chaos you'd involve if you actually let that thing steer the fucking shopping cart?
Absolutely not. He is. Hell no. Is he letting them drive? Especially because their control setup is currently not set up for altitude control. It's just set for turning right and left. And it would not be doing a flip, it would be doing a roll. And I don't know if it has the G-force resistance for that.
Do a barrel roll.
Try spinning. That's a neat trick. Insert Lego Yoda death noise.
So the lead one radios the rest of them and as though they all happen to be fans of Star Fox, collectively all shout, "Do a barrel roll!" and immediately attempt to start doing a barrel roll, only to find that their driving does not seem to allow them to be able to shift anywhere beyond what you're allowing.
Respectfully, gentlemen, I don't think your trucks are rated for that. If you would like to try that after you get unloaded and you're willing to risk your rigs on it, go right ahead, but I would not risk the G-forces.
One more time.
He basically said that if they want to try that after they get to the destination and get unloaded, he's willing to let them, but personally, he would not risk it because these trucks are not built for those G-forces.
Oh, one point of interest. What about the Humvee being driven by one Darren Blake? Did you also convert that?
I was under the impression it was among the many things that Spencer was carrying in his super cat status.
I have 2 hands, DM.
And a tail that can work as a hand.
Yeah.
And a bunch of clones that can also work as hands.
You know, with that in mind, actually, the Jersey Devil probably got mercy killed by Darren in the turret before he got swallowed by the Spencers.
No, please stop! I can't take it.
Just that
What about the money? The money can wait. Sleep forever.
They just lock eyes and nod at each other as Darren pulls the trigger like he's saving someone from zombies.
You're like ripping his fur out. Taking bites
What
of it.
happened?
Take the guy.
So after about 2.5 hours of guiding your Humvee, you manage to find yourselves over the skyline of the Colorado-Utah border, knowing that, or sorry, the Nebraska-Colorado border, knowing that the next 2 hours will get you over to Nevada as and Power Goal closer. Yes, the Rocky Mountains. Thank you. As you guys are currently still in the air, you do witness a couple of other oddities that seem to once more get trivialized because you're not interacting with them, and not to mention you're flying at half supersonic speed. To note, you see a series of golems currently just waiting in line as though they're anticipating someone. You're not messing with that. You see a series of you see another large hole, this one just an absolute concave, where Spencer can sense, using his ultra vision, the movements of something underneath, something that would have horrible pincers and would be able to drag your trucks in. But you guys are currently flying like it's nobody's business, and even give that rat yeah right above it. There was a sad antlion noise coming from there. And lastly, before you start getting over the Rocky Mountains, you do witness a roaming trove of trolls that seem to have stopped at one of the peaks and is just enjoying the sun.
He didn't say orc, so I can't make the joke.
Not because they're trolls,
I'm
man.
starting to suspect this stuff just has nothing to do with Himmel anymore. Like, the Jersey Devil was definitely Himmel, but the rest of these, it's like... those golems were definitely like the weird Jewish pig man who was trying to eat orphans or something. I don't
Yes.
know about trolls or the Antlion.
As far as your knowledge goes, nah, definitely not connected.
But I recognize those
event.
golems. I know that guy specifically because I watched Talia beat the piss out of him. That was on the day where, much like this entire trip, there were far too many encounters in a 12-hour period.
I'm sorry, but you're going to the Dahlia dimension.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but unfortunately, it's a very important day for Jace, and Spencer is not here to say no. So the brakes are off the war machine. My apologies, sir.
I've trapped 50 Spencers in here, and I've starved them for a week. Good luck.
Jesus Christ.
There's like 15 minutes pause as you go past the trolls, and as you look back, the trolls now are currently on fire with a ring of Spencers around them, doing that weird ring around the rosy kind of cants, but they're doing it in a Spencer manner. I stress Spencer manner because I don't know if Spencer even recalls the ring around the rosy. So,
Oh, yes. Of course I do.
I really love
And,
the idea that they're just collecting trophies as they're catching up to us.
Ring around the rosy, except they're playing it with, like, They're like all of the trolls are deathly afraid. There's like 15 of them off the side that have been dismembered or something.
They're all marching around them in a circle, and for some reason they've got on masks that look like Spencer's face.
The one true God. Spencer's looking down like, maybe I shouldn't have let them off on their own as they're like beating a troll senseless.
I don't even want to say what they did to the antlion.
They yanked the antlion out of the ground and started wrestling it like a giant rope in Tug of War.
I love the idea that as they were flying past and the horde of Spencers was approaching the golems and the pigman, Jules just looked at them, made dead eye contact, and mouthed, "He eats children" to them.
Mouth what to the Spencers?
When they were approaching the pigman, I mouthed, "He eats children," because he was eating children. Just so they know who they're dealing with.
Oh, okay. That's a good would you like to know what Spencer's would probably do to that?
Oh boy.
I mean, yes, but I also want to know if the bard has anything to say upon seeing these sights as they pass through. Along with Hati and Truth, there has to be some slight commentary from them on this. It's an army
Essentially,
of Spencers.
I am very confused. What magic is prevailing in this land in these days and age? Because what I'm used to is not this.
A cat will act as a cat will act.
This isn't a cat.
No, that is very much a cat.
You're watching them like take the golems and smash them down to only their heads and then start bowling with them down off the mountain.
Writing all these down because they will come up in a future going to bed segment.
I'm sure they will.
The pigman shows up again. Spencer walks out, and it's like, "Not you! Not like the fortune teller foretold. No."
The closer we
No,
get,
please.
the closer I can speak to the other one.
Well, here's to hoping they get here soon.
Yes, but I'm talking about the other one as I point over to Jules.
I know.
Jules is doing the disappointed Principal Skinner face down at all of the encounters.
Well, at least it won't take them an additional 2 weeks to get back.
God, did we take 2 weeks on that 5-day trip?
Yes.
In and out. 20-minute adventure. In and out.
To be fair, time and space got a little wibbly wobbly there at the latter end once you hit Michigan.
Regardless, as long as there are no aerial threats trying to further impede the journey home, Jules will slowly calm down the closer they get to Pyrodol. But if anything even tries, he's going gun out immediately.
there's like a moment of nothing as you feel your cortisol start lowering, Jules, before you see what happens to be like a giant red dragon-like formation start appearing next to you. You immediately open up with guns. Only
No,
to
DM.
hear
If it's a dragon specifically, I'm opening up with the tear gas launcher.
you open up with a tear gas launcher, and while the dragon doesn't seem to be completely affected, someone that pops out of the dragon in full red suit, coughing and falling to the ground in a very esoteric manner. Underneath the dragon seems to be a formation of 4 other unique metallic creatures, but they break off as soon as they see the red leader fall out.
Okay, so it's not a
You
purple
are about
dragon.
no, you're about to question why what you're seeing, and then you see a giant monster of unusual size in the manner of like I want to say half umbrella, half giant toad, and they seem to be starting to turn towards them. But it's not your business.
I have negative interest in this Sentai nonsense.
You said there was a giant toad, like slash umbrella thing.
Yeah,
Is it on the ground?
yeah, but you're flying over it at half supersonic speed.
Lord help them.
The only reason why the dragon got too close is because he's matching that speed.
Just yeah.
Another hour goes by as you break past the Rocky Mountains, passing over into mid Utah, and can quite clearly see the desert sands on the horizon of Nevada. And for once, finally, after all the shenanigans that you were dealing with, there seems to be a full, proper calm. The next hour goes by almost in a blink of an eye as you finally come to a familiar highway close by the a sister town of Pyrogol.
I'm not getting these guys to touch down on the road until we are within eye shot of Pyragol, so that I can see for certainty that there's no more bullshit in that last 100 meters.
That is fine and fair. How do I get all the way up to Oregon? After passing Eureka and going a little bit southward, you manage to see the outskirts of Paragol approaching closer and closer in your vision. And as you said, about 100 feet away from the main borders, that is when you decide to have the convoy land.
Once they slow down and touch down, I will pull back the nanomachines and just lay on the roof of the truck I've been riding on this whole time. It's up to Spencer how he handles the cars.
I'm going to be very careful with them, DM.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me a strength check. Should be easy enough for you as you start heading down to match the flight pattern of the convoy. Everyone
Roll
else
one d.
inside. Yes, for everyone else inside the Impala, the air goes from this humid warmth that was previously had to to the cooling air that was within the subsonic speed, now approaching this arid heat as you find yourselves all in the desert area, breakneck pace. Thankfully, most of you are either immortal, not affected by jet lag, or currently out of your body.
And if we're on approach, Jules will call the girl whose family or whatever was the one organizing this effort and tell them that despite being slightly delayed, we are entering Pyrogal now.
Managed to reach a hold of the young Miss Sweltzer, trying to find her name.
Wasn't it Anna? That may just be a poll from somewhere random. It's been a long damn time, but I feel like it was Anna.
We will say yes for now until I can find evidence that I wrote something else. But yes, Anna Sweltzer. Oh, Henrietta Sweltzer. Henrietta Anna. That's a weird middle name to have, but you know what? Managed to radio out to Henrietta Anna Sweltzer, who responds to hearing her name being called via the phone. Oh, hello? Wait, this is the convoy sent out, right? We've lost contact with you for a minute, and we were honestly about to lose all hope.
I cannot even begin to tell you the amount of nonsense that waylaid us, but we're back.
That much nonsense. There weren't really any like supernatural monsters, were there?
Oh no, there were several, and also we got involved in some kind of military operation because there was a terrorist attack up near. That was over in above board DM. That was over in Iowa.
The Joliet Township of Iowa East, I think.
I give her the brief recap of all of the nonsense, and I leave out the more ridiculous details.
Sorry, that was Joliet Township of Illinois, but East.
Okay. But yeah, I give her the recap of everything and leave out the more ridiculous, unbelievable details.
That's terrifying. I'm honestly starting to understand why most of the convoys stopped responding to our request. Thank you for being able to break through all that and bring everything here intact. Where's your current location at?
I give her the exact street, as I assume we're reaching the point where we're coming up to stoplights, and I will also just say give. It's Darren Blake, right?
Yes.
I will say it was all the incredible driving technique of Darren Blake and Tom Relic.
Well, we'll be sure to commemorate them and give them a proper thank you, as well as all those who attended. I can't imagine how your current break from school must have felt like after what happened. I still can't believe our school got blown up to bits like
In
that.
that regard, He pauses for a moment. It is entirely possible that the rest of the group will still be under the weather when we get back. With the exception of myself and Spencer, most of the group took it pretty hard. As above board, Jules thought about it for a moment and decided no, that it's probably best to just let these guys be back at base resting and tell their parents, etc. And rather than take them to the hospital, especially fucking here.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, thank you for the heads up. We'll meet you over at Streisand Boulevard, just outside of the entertainment sector. From there, we'll go head over to the industry area, and we'll get everything set up for these watchtowers to be placed at the appropriate settings, and then we'll get them filled up with water. Hopefully that'll re-regulate all this water trouble we've been suffering.
By the by, I did learn during our trip that we might have some water contamination issues, although I believe there is someone who is willing to buy and study the water and provide clean water in exchange.
That'll be helpful. We'll make arrangements for that. So long as we don't have any interference from the water monster that's been hassling us the past week, everything should be fine.
Hey, the past week?
Yes, strange. They've been attacking all over town in different coordination.
Jules is gonna
We
punch
lost.
the bridge. Go ahead.
What's up?
I was just gonna say Jules is gonna pinch the bridge with his nose. All right. Where did you say they've been attacking?
All over town. It first started off over by the supermarket area. Then they broke into the prison area and pretty much cleaned it out for most of the, I would say, the not so dangerous lowlives.
Is it the water monster or a water?
What do you mean? There's more than one water monster?
I'm trying to figure out if it's the same one that's been in the reports all this time, or if it's a different one. Like, is it the same shape? Does it have the same general behaviors?
You hear some paper shifting over on Henrietta's side. Oh, right. Yeah, it's been that water monster that's been violent, not the one that's actually been helpful. The one that appeared during the attack of the cult of Salaman.
All right. Thanks for letting us know. We'll keep an eye out for it. And you said that was over in the industrial district on which street?
Streisand Street, Streisand Boulevard.
Got it. I will relay that to the drivers.
So you relay that to the drivers, who get a little despondent once the rockets return back to regular tires and they have to resume driving. But they've never felt more awake on what was supposed to have been a 5-day drive.
Once they're taken care of, Jules is going to make the jump over onto the roof of the Humvee, which I assume is driving along next to where the Impala is being carried, since everyone in the Impala is unconscious.
No, we're not all unconscious.
As you jump
All right.
onto the Humvee,
Are
you look
any of
into
the people
Impala.
in the Impala currently a licensed driver?
No.
No.
Okay, I thought
Definitely not.
But from
Yep.
where I'm on the roof of the Humvee, I will call over to Hottie and say, "Hey, when Wilda wakes up, please let her know that either she's got an impersonator trying to ruin her good name, or her brother has relapsed."
Good to know. Where are we going to have our conversation with Jace?
Once we get these trucks to Streisand, which should take, he looks at a quick map, pauses, looks at the traffic. About 5 minutes, we can have it back at base. It's probably best to get he gestures to all of the unconscious people back there anyway, so I can start contacting everybody's parents and making sure nobody's having any serious medical issues as a result of having their soul ripped out and sent to another dimension temporarily.
Oh, and you mean aging at least 4 years? As you get a good look at Wilda's body and her clothing does not fit.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. That is the least ridiculous thing that has happened on this trip.
Oh, I'm sure her mother has some clothes that'll fit her.
I am going to hop into the Humvee and see if I can get in touch with her brother to see if I can rule that out. And if I can't, I am going to have to let my other half know he needs to start preparing countermeasures. That Jules will drop into the Humvee so that we can finish the drive.
So after about 5 minutes, you manage to have the convoy reach Streisand Street, and in that, and as you're signing off, or as you have Darren Blake go and represent the whole group and start signing things off, with Tom Relic looking bewildered and kind of confused that they're back in Pyrogol, you take the time to make a quick call to Des. The line hums for about 3 attempts before a voice picks up. Oh, sorry, this is Des. You called me?
Hey, it's Jules. We're back in town. Respectfully, is there a Wilda impersonator wrecking the town, or are you having a relapse?
What? I haven't been able to a Wilda impersonator. Shit,
Apparently-
right, the water monster. No, okay, this is gonna sound weird. I haven't been able to even go back to that previous forum since you guys pulled me out. The medicine that I've been using has been able to help most of the body aches and pains, and being able to walk again has been a unique distraction, but it has not allowed me to be able to reactivate the power form. That said, I've seen what was talking about. It's definitely a Wilda wannabe. How do I phrase this? Well, Wilda was that calming blue. This seems to have a green undertone, very salty. And
All right, I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here, and I apologize if this comes across a little upsetting and possibly extremely mean-spirited. But what are the odds that the water monster is one of Wilda's 3 bullies?
he muddles about as he double checks some paperwork, and as well as some clickety clacketing on the. Did you allow him to go over to visit his friend Daniel over at the
Yeah.
base?
Damn, they've all got clearance at this point. We had the meeting with the parents at this point a year ago IRL and months ago in character. They know about the base. They have clearance.
Less than a month ago.
So you do hear the familiar clacking of your computer of Jace's computer set being used. That would explain those two wandering close by. They almost seem to always be nearby, which is weird. Once you get over to the base, we can have a better conversation and we can break this down. But you might be onto something.
Jules, you see Wilda's arm come out of the Impala.
He looks over.
Like, give me the phone.
He is going to very carefully transition from the Humvee onto the roof of the Impala to minimize scratching, and then pass the phone down to her.
child.
Somewhere in another realm, Rowan is twitching.
Des, to give you a brief lowdown, and I'm saying this kind of muffled because of the wind and standing on the roof of the car. You are speaking to a primordial wolf spirit that is currently inhabiting Wilda's body because more soul shenanigans happened. I can't get into the details until we meet, but she's wanting to speak to you.
What?
Child.
Wilda?
Not
It's good to hear you.
exactly.
Oh. Oh, right. He did say primordial. Okay. Yes. This is Des, and I'm technically older than you, Wilda. But if this is the primordial wolf, I can't really say how old that is.
Use
He
your
pauses to allow you to speak.
powers. If your powers work on your sister, they should work on her doppelganger.
If I was there, I haven't been able to use the powers for
Your
a month.
meta-human powers.
Uh, well, once more, it's kind of hard to use the powers when you're not at the scene. Every time the doppelganger pops up, I'm either at home here at the base or at somewhere not close enough. They've been sporadic about their attack patterns.
This one's probably not audible to Des, but it would be audible to Hati. If it's one of the three, or potentially all of the three taking turns, we can try and narrow it down to which one is which, and then do a morality brigade house call if need be.
You could also have Jace track the water pressure throughout the system.
That
They
could
gotta be
also work.
going. They've got to have a body if they're traveling through the pipes.
You are the strongest thing against them. You are their weakness. Use your powers, child. You control the very ebb and flow of the water. Make it stop if that's what you must do, child of the moon. And I hand the phone back to Jules.
And Jules will transition off the roof of the Impala.
Does this get called Child of the Moon?
Yes. That is what Hottie just called him.
Long story short, I'm pretty sure both of you are in some capacity descended from some ancestral god thing from Norse mythology. You can talk to Wilda about it. I'm sure she has more details. This has been a good journey of self-discovery. Also, there is a non-zero chance that completely unrelated to all of this, there are evil doppelgangers of basically everyone in the group now, except Dahlia on the loose. And I don't mean here in Pyrogal, I mean in the world in general. Apparently, there is an evil doppelganger of of Jace over in Iceland.
What the hell happened in hell? Jace, you
ran
gotta
into
make a little
Himmel.
bit more sense.
For starters, we ran into Himmel. Second, reality is folding in on itself and slightly collapsing. Things went poorly in trying to fix that. Needless to say, though, if you see Himmel acting shady around town or in town at all, please let me know. We have an arrangement now, and he should know better.
I mean, good on you for getting the one up on Himmel, but hold on, just wait. What do you mean evil Jace in Iceland? At this point, I feel like. Go ahead.
I'm going to run down the list of all of the doppels that he is currently aware of, which I believe currently is only Transient's doppel Madness, the doppel of himself, Moneyman Jace, which he knows went to Iceland because there's already been news reports, and third was the evil doppel of Dahlia, but that one didn't escape into the world, correct?
Yes, they did not escape into the world. She was prevented by an alternate Black Betty who seemed sad before she somehow pushed a pendant through the break in order to prevent it from being given into eviler hands.
I don't know if I have all of those details. I just imagine I've gotten the recap on the evil doppelganger situation from the spirits that were there.
Yes.
Yes.
Effectively.
I if it's okay, I would have a quick moment.
Yes.
From inside the Impala, and I've been working on this almost the entire session. From inside the Impala, in a melodic voice, "Oh, gather close, ye wanderers, for truth grows thin and frail. In Pyragol, where heroes stand against the shattered veil. When holes in time and space erupt like wounds the stars unmake, and echoes of tomorrow scream through rifts and split and quake. Yet still the Cape defenders rise, their courage burning bright. They stitch the world together as reality tries to bite. So raise your voice for Pyragol, where fate itself run wild. Its heroes guard the broken seams where time has come unspiled." It's the best I could come up with on the spot.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good on the spot. I imagine that's Jules saying that. Yeah, that's pretty good for on the spot. And then it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Jules? Oh, sorry. And then I would tell them about the fact that we now have another member of the team.
Same member,
Oh.
different version. Sorry.
No. He doesn't know this one because he's never met you before. You're a post-Pyragol edition.
Also, I've never met any of you, so
I'm going to hang up so I can prepare for you guys to return the base. I have no clue if any of you have eaten, especially the furry one, and that pizza machine is starting to get backed up. So this would probably be a good time to clear inventory.
Sounds good. I'll take care of it. Also, I don't know if the main one's eaten, but I saw the doppelgangers of it. Not evil doppelgangers. He has the cloning ability, you know. I saw those monstrous antlion. So.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, no. I'll give you the full debrief when we get back. And at this point, I assume that Darren and Relic have finished up, and Darren's getting his car back, his normal car.
Yes, as Jules hops back into the Humvee, I take.
Yeah, he hopped back into the driver's seat, and I will call over to Darren. I'm taking these 4 to get checked up on, so that they're going to be all right. You know, just make sure nothing's going wrong. And I'm trying to very strongly imply I'm taking them back to base without saying it, because Relic's still a problem.
Right, because he, despite having talked to Dr. Himmel about his shenanigans, Relic has not been updated about the whole positioning or the fact that he's technically a sleeper agent.
Right.
I would like to give out Bardic Inspiration.
But I will use my technology powers to actually no, he's gonna switch back to Jace for this one and let Jace remotely drive the vehicles back to base, both of them. Because I am almost 100% certain there is no way Spencer can walk the Impala into the garage without scraping it on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he switches back to Jace and drives the vehicles into the hidden garage.
How does Jace look like he's feeling?
Well, the
Jace,
nosebleed is less than a pint.
As you return back to being Jace and start telepathically sending your personal convoy back over to base, you you do happen to see Stringent and Daniel, who seem to be a bit pensive about seeing you come back, but are still as welcoming as they can, especially since Daniel seems to be toting around 2 large pizza pies. As we slowly shift the scene from you guys entering into the base and preparing to start doing medical checks on everybody.
Hold on. I'm just gonna say this. The way that Jace enters the base is that Hati picks him up and carries him in.
Oh, it's
I'm
good to
just-
see you all back, Daniel says as he stops in his movement, Stringent behind him. Wait, aren't you two supposed to be together? As he points towards Wilda now carrying Jace, as at the same time points towards Truth, Edward, Transient, who seems to be still given that despondent, almost
Yeah.
not feeling look.
Long story short, class 3 weird today, man.
Right, I believe it. This is why I also hate long travels. And wait, when did you get taller, Wilda?
Class
You're
3
almost as
weird.
tall as death. Wait, what?
Class 3 weird.
Past 3 weird?
Class 3.
Oh, class 3 weird.
You should probably lay off the pizza a little bit and see your doc here in about, give it 2 weeks, you'll be feeling it.
Conceptual embodiment of truth itself. That's not transient right now. Don't take it personally.
One more time, you started like actually fading out and in there.
Conceptual embodiment of truth, not transient right now. Don't take it personally.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, the pizza wasn't for me. I was actually preparing it for you all.
I wasn't talking about that pizza.
What, that
Did
I've been watching
someone
that
say
picture.
pizza?
There's the cat.
Spencer.
What is a
Spencer-
pizza?
Oh, you're new. Welcome aboard.
New companion. They seem to be living through a past reincarnation right now. I don't know the details.
It's a flatbread slathered in a tomato sauce with various cheeses and toppings, usually meats or veggies of some type, baked in another oven. So it's a double baked bread.
Oh, I so wish I could eat that.
Why not? I mean, it's still warm. We got pepperoni here, and we got this one with cheese, and I've got jalapenos in the back.
They're like you guys were in your other form, except all the time.
Jace is just being. This is just Jace like screaming down the hallway.
He's at this point he's having to speak through the intercoms if he's been dragged off.
Hmm.
Attention, all customers. I'm kidding.
We're gonna have
You
to play
should-
catch up so bad.
You
Yes,
should probably
yeah.
give the cat pizza before you lose your hands.
What do you mean, Spencer? I imagine you just like go for a straight bite and almost like take off a finger.
No, he's a little more restrained. They're holding the food. Cats are polite until you put it down.
It's on a flat surface. He takes
Is
a
it on a-
bite.
Yeah,
It's
if
on
it's
a
on a
flat-
flat surface, then I'm sorry. It's fair game.
Well, yeah, don't worry. We have tables set up, and oh my god, yeah, that was. You know what? I'll go make more. Just go ahead and enjoy. I was trying to share with everybody and learn what happened. And as you start heading towards the back, getting ready to go through the medical analysis, and I'm pretty sure someone is carrying the unconscious form of Dahlia.
Sure.
We
Yeah,
slow
Truth.
we
Truth will go back and pick her up.
Thank you, Truth. We slowly transition over to the spiritual realm, where we find Wilda and Transient currently in their soul form states, guiding the two large cats of Freya through the door presented by Hell. When you enter Volvanga, do be aware that it seems to be a bit wider than most fields. But do try to stay northward. You should be able to find her that way. And don't forget to ask her about the trials. She will be your best bet to understand how to get in touch with your Aesir self, dear child.
Thank you, Auntie.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Rarely do I get to see any of the young children return here. Most of the time, Odin tries to keep them, and if not Odin, Freya. But to be fair, since the odd relationship between Odin and Frigga breaking up and Freya coming in has been a unique strain amongst the family. Try not to take it too personal if she says anything out of course. Now go, and don't forget, you have my blessing. Be safe. As she finishes off with that, you both start entering through the portal, sort of the doorway that leads into this vast field of flowers. Behind you, Freya's cats do saunter up. And of course, when I say cats, they both are actually as big as a tiger or lion, one would say.
Yeah, but they're still domestic cats. How are they reacting with the other cat in the party?
Hesitant, constantly sniffing every so often as transients currently shreddering it up amongst them seems to. I don't know. How are you feeling about being sniffed constantly by two very large domestic cats?
Oh, he's staying very, very close to Wilda.
Smart, smart. The fields expand in front of you, swaying back and forth. You see a variety of different flowers. Some beautiful and possibly can be found in certain exotic exhibits. Others long since extinct due to the changing of the atmospheres and the world sense itself. You pass by several bodies, echoes, spirits that seem to be at peace yet slightly troubled. Ahead in the north, you can see what seems to be a very fractured break in space. It's not wide open like you had seen with back at the park that you have passed by. But it is very noticeable compared to the rest of the background. What do you two do? One more time? You didn't
Keep
I didn't
moving
say
forward.
anything. Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep the nervous kitty Edward comforted.
Yeah, no, he's staying
as you try
very close to her.
As you try to comfort them, go ahead and give me a persuasion check for 2 persuasion checks, one for each cat. As I
I'm comforting
Yes.
Edward.
only Edward.
Yeah,
You have to remember, the other two are deity cats.
yeah.
Hmm,
Friend cat.
They are the biggest cats in the room.
that is true. That is true. You
And
managed
I
to.
don't really know them. I know him,
What did we lose?
Greg.
It's about that time of night.
Yep.
Oh, Spencer's stuff is done, so for the moment.
For the moment. Some good timing, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep moving forward through the fields.
As you pursue forward, the peace seems to be almost unbroken on this area, which seems to be on the south side of Folkwanger. But as you approach, you do see, as you approach the north, you do happen to see more, a growing sense of worry amongst the peaceful residents, those who are currently lying in both uh, death and at peace. And then suddenly, as you reach about what one would say the central section of the field, you hear a cacophony of metal being ripped apart. Uh, Essentially, in timing of when Rowan went up and managed to block the main barrel of the cannon on the of the Abram as it explodes in and of itself, shattering the main barrel.
Honey, why are we on the fields of battle?
I didn't think that we would be. I thought we were just delivering cats.
As you pass by, a couple of the spirits can be heard muttering. This the unrest is occurring much more and more, almost as though war is right outside the gate. Gate being mentioned more so in their timeline, as though they were having a relapsing into the events that led to them dying.
Mm.
One spirit offhandedly mentions uh, an opposing army with a greater force seems to be approaching. If we don't arm ourselves quickly, we'll surely fall. You hear coughing coming from a different spirit. Mother, are we going to be safe? Fret not, child. Fret not, child. The warriors are mighty on our side. We can only pray that Odin gives his blessing. And if not, pray that the Valkyries take us to the afterlife we belong. Each distressful notion from the spirits seems to almost recoil itself in that same distress yet peaceful manner, up until you get past the central area and start approaching the loud sounds of more metal ripping. This being contributed to Rowan trying to find out who's inside of this particular tank. The spirits get a bit more favorant, and you can see the large cats that are by you seem to be more attentive and looking for a certain someone. One of them does run up ahead before it stops on a hill and then turns back towards you as though it's trying to guide you over towards where they're looking at.
If we're on the fields of battle, we should probably find Freya's Hall.
Yeah. But it's like it's trying to guide me.
Well, this is half of your bloodline's realm, so might as well follow it along.
You follow along, Wilda?
Only if you want to come.
Oh, I'll follow along with you. If any of those Valkyries look at you wrong, I am removing their head and possibly their wings.
I understand. I'm gonna follow.
It feels as though an hour is shortened down to 10 minutes as you follow the cats. In a sort of time shifting wise in the spirit realm, as you find yourself getting closer to this metal raking sound. Before you see one of the other cats rush past you and then take a short turn around a large tree. And as you go around the large tree trying to see where it went, that's when you see her standing tall, standing slightly marred and somewhat I guess battle worn. Freya holding herself up with. Does Freya use a bow or a staff? Or is she a sword wielder as well? Never got the chance to double check that.
Freya's a goddess of war. She can use any weapon.
Yeah.
She's a battle
Though
goddess.
though she's a Vanir, not an Aesir.
Yeah. Well, she's still the goddess of war.
Yeah.
Primarily, her area of aptitude was magic and war,
Yeah.
but
And I see
spears
her.
would be what she would use.
Yeah, I do see her with a sword, like on a lot of images. Shield
Yep,
and sword.
sword, spear, dagger. She's a shield maiden and all, which means she's
Yeah.
proficient in most weapons. Well, javelin technically, given that she was also a chariot rider.
Yeah. And her chariot was pulled by the two cats.
So take your pick of weapon that you want to depict here.
You see her holding herself up with a very intricate looking spear. The blade being almost twice the length of a normal spear. But she is caught off guard when one of her cats comes up to her side and nuzzles against her. You can see her surprise as she uh, reaches down and pets her cat. My Beagle, I wasn't expecting to see you, especially after you fell into that one rift. But it's good that glad you're here. Where's your brother? And with a slight meow, the second cat does like bounce from your guys' side once more and follows suit, nuzzling her on her other side. Uh, Treasure, thank goodness you both are here. Now we can keep ourselves slightly more. Now we can defend defend Falkenver a bit better than what we've been dealing with here. Oh, and you brought friends. Mary met you two. I am Freya of Folkvanger. Thank you. I am Freya Folkvanger. Keep bringer of peace to those who died outside of battle, and unfortunately target of such a unique beast. Pray tell, Are you familiar with the young lady over there? As she nods over towards Rowan, who can be seen viciously trying to like break open the Abrams entrance. Which, Rowan, if you would like to give me a strength check to see if you do open it, by all means.
Don't need to, DM. I know how to get open the combat locks from the outside.
Go ahead. How about an intelligence check then?
Sure.
DC
Let's
is
see here. She is the one who helped design these things, or at least was involved in the planning process. Let's see here.
DC will be lowered as such.
I understand. Intelligence is 5. Yay. Hero rolls 1d20 plus 5. Wow.
You do have a Benny if you wish to use that.
Why would I waste a Benny on this? It's not like they're going anywhere. They're locked inside.
Fair point.
Or in light of not being able to remember, maybe she does just try to rip it open.
Then go. Then as you try to re follow the steps that you have implanted in the previous plans of the Abram to open it up from the outside, you find that whoever is inside this thing seems to have augmented that particular quick exit feature with more disturbing symbols. One would say that seem to
This
keep the
isn't
lock in place.
this isn't my design. Proceeds to rip off door.
Go ahead and give me that strength check. Beautiful. 2 degrees. You managed to not only open the door, you managed to rip the door off the hinges as you pop it open to see inside. And upon looking on the interior, you happen to see what should be about 5 heads worth of eyes on one body that's closest to you. As it starts coming out with different tendrils crawling about. You see one of the arms, one of the tentacles try to grab at you as it reaches out, seeing that you have broken open the door.
And she isn't even going to resist it trying to grab her. She's just going to produce spikes at anything it touches. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I don't care which, but one makes you bleed less.
You instinctively take on your spike form as you feel a tendril try to crawl up around your waist, clawing the spikes immediately piercing through, but almost but almost inhumanly, it seems to rip off the appendage off of you as it leers back and tries to crawl deeper into the tank. This is the scene you witness as you look over Wilda and Transient. As you see Rowan now burying a large, almost black tentacle, but there seems to be different strands of different colors that swirl about inside this darkness that wraps around and gets impaled upon by Rowan.
I've seen tanks in movies, but I haven't seen anything like that.
Rowan not fully
So-
realizing that she's with her friends again. This one isn't human design. This seems to be something else. Maybe from a different realm since there's so many. Oh, hey, it's you guys.
So, mind telling me why there's a Shogoth in there?
A who to what now?
Elder God Offspring. That's
No.
not good.
I don't know, but the tank was shooting her, and she looked like she needed help, so I killed the tank. Now there's something inside and it's hiding in there. Maybe I should shed some light on the subject. She'll expand her hand to refract light, and she'll aim it inside to look around.
Alrighty, give me a second. Let me double check something. As you try to gather up enough light from the surrounding environment and have it zone in onto the internals of the Abraham. Wilda, Transient, what do you two do as you witness the scene and approach your refound friend?
Hmm. I'm not sure if I want to look at those symbols.
You're not sure if you want to look at the Eldritch symbols that are laced around where the emergency escape should be?
Yeah, no.
Smart.
Although you might be able to resist their effects, or Freya might be able to do so as well. That is not something the human mind can comprehend. At least according to various texts.
Rowan,
I
can you go ahead and?
understand.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I understand. I'm gonna make myself into the wolf.
As you shapeshift into Wolf Wilda and start to prepare to take actions in order to prevent any more damages that could happen to your friend's ally and the goddess nearby. You do hear a gasp coming from Freya as she speaks up and goes, a child of Loki. Here? But I've never seen you before. You look familiar. Pray tell, who are you, and whose child do you rear from? Yeah.
I make dog sounds. I can't speak in wolf form.
Can Freya understand dogs?
I don't remember if she has beast tongue. She might be able to. She is Wilda Hati's daughter.
Oh, that's an interesting comment there. So upon hearing transients offer that insight, I see. Kalapati. As you were making the dog noises, what essentially were you trying to relay, Wilda? Just a bare bones
I'm
understanding.
Wilda. I'm I'm Wilda, and I am trying to do this fight. So questions later, please. As I was gonna go start charging it.
All right, and as you start charging in, Rowan, would you mind giving me a expertise roll as you shapeshift your hand and try to gather light to shine into the inside? I believe your expertise is a +5.
I believe you because I can't find it.
And double checking advantages. Canadian power. Improved aim. That actually could help in this current situation since you're trying to aim lights. So actually make that a +10 for the current attempt as you try to shine light into the area so you can see what you're dealing with.
Got a 24.
That is once more 2 degrees of success as you peer inside. And if it weren't for the fact that you've been around for 1,000 years and have seen as strange and as decrepit monstrosities echo forth from the echoes of your Earth, the sight of this wiggling Shogoth and the two beings behind it would have broken the mind of a less prepared Rowan. However, you do keep your sanity in check as you see the rolling mass of tentacles and darkness that the Shogoth emits. And behind it seems to be a being with large wings and heavy armor, just crouched down, trying to like move the tank's tread, but not realizing that the tank tread has been pierced by you previously. The horns are very prominent and curl back up above its head as it turns over and gives a loud snarl and speaks in a very guttural voice over towards the second being, which happens to be this very like scrunched up bundle of sticks that only has like a couple of eyes, but in different segments comparative to the five sets of eyes that constantly shift around in the dark form that is the Shogoth in front of you. And upon seeing that, you feel yourself preparing to steal for another fight, right as a large wolf comes up to your side and seems to.
I actually have an ability called Ferocious Charge.
Oh, okay. What exactly are you doing with there? You're just trying to like knock the tank upside down with them inside?
I'm trying to attack the Shogoth. I'm shoulder checking the Shogoth.
Inside the tank still.
Okay, I'm shoulder checking the fucking tank.
All right, shoulder check that tank.
I'm a Benny that.
I hope you would.
That's a 25.
Not only does that does beat the DC, or that does beat the the dodge of the tank, the parry of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Does not
DC 24 for the Shogoth.
do the Shogoth's form. It has a personal bonus. You said DC 24.
Yep.
All right, it hit the 5 less threshold. So does that make it 1 or 2 degrees of failure? Trying to
It's a
recall.
bruise and it is dazed.
Okay, so it is 2 degrees. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
As I now have to roll for the demons that are inside there.
Yeah. Also, DM, I take 0 damage from this.
It's beautiful. So the stick bundle seems to also have failed, but not as bad as the Shogoth. The Shogoth is literally ejected out of the tank as you shoulder check it and cause the tank to kind of bump up and then tumble about 25 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
The Shogoth gets sent floundering about and lands about 10 feet away from there. Closer about 5 feet, just popping out right as it lands, is this bundle of sticks with a couple of eyes visibly showing that it's currently confused. The sticks though have more of like a dark iron-esque coloring and texture, as they seem to only suffer a heavy bruise. But it seems that something remained inside the tank, still trying to operate it despite all the chaos that's occurring around.
Okay, the ones that are out, I need will saves from.
You need will saves from the ones out. Is that
Yep.
from the frost technique?
No, fearsome presence.
Ah, okay. Double checking fearsome presence.
She's a D&D dragon.
All right. Remind me the DCs of the fearsome presence.
Oh, it's 11. I don't expect them to fail. But if they do,
Hmm. So, in your presence, the bundle of sticks seems to start vibrating heavily, as though it recognizes a greater threat than what it was dealing with, and it remains a bundle of sticks at the current moment in its disguise, trying not to draw any more attention. The Shogoth, however, does not seem perturbed by a giant dog. Rather, it seems to eh, undulate and return back to what it would be considered its pseudopod, its feet, as it lumbers up and over towards you.
okay.
There is what seems to be a moment's pause as you two, you and Rowan gaze over at the two currently exposed before a guttural voice can be heard coming out from the tank. The sound of it, although not truly understandable, does give a hint. Does hold a hint of a command, as though whatever's inside is barking orders. Transient, was there anything you wanted to do before I call for initiative and we end the session for today?
He'll start moving towards the bundle of sticks.
S-
And I gotta check something for his current one. Give me a second. So I gotta do a quick stealth roll. Gotta double check this.
Rowan, feel free to do an initiative check or initiative roll. Your initiative being, let me double check.
Talking to me again?
What? Yes.
I have my character sheet right here.
Yeah. Ah, you got your character sheet?
Yeah, I have a +1 to initiative.
Yeah, it's using your agility. All right.
So that's a 23 stealth as I literally disappear from all senses. Initiative setting.
Passively speaking, it doesn't not. The bundle of sticks does not see you as you approach. And I take it the 8 is your initiative?
That is my initiative. Yeah, I've got concealment 10.
Oh, he don't exist.
At all?
Uh,
Well,
yeah, I
concealment
can't be
10, he don't
sensed.
exist.
Yeah, I can't be sensed by anything other than tactile, and that's because I'm not a ghost.
Also, I can't help but imagine that Freya, after this battle, goes and gives Edward scritches. Gives him all the kitty pets.
Wouldn't put it past him. Past her. Wouldn't put it past her. Blue. All right. I'm just looking up one thing. Huh. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
The third figure that's currently amongst the demons, not counting the actual demon that's still inside the tank. The black stick man that is reshuffling itself back into its standing position, although it is currently under the fear effects, so it is having a hard time trying to get into its original position. As I roll for initiatives now. And we will call session here as you prepare to take on a trio of what seems to be demonic beings attempting to attack the protector and goddess of this area.
And we will end this on a series of hashtags.
Yes, as before we do fully set off, allow me to catch us up with hashtag check my ride, hashtag why is Sonic the Hedgehog music playing, hashtag Jules is so close to his one
Oh,
bad
you're
day,
missing a
hashtag
lot.
so close. How far am I? Oh yeah, going back up.
I
We're
believe the
showing.
last one we had was exploding eggs from metal birds.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you didn't finish off last week's or last session's.
Oh, hurt me now, why don't you? All right. Going back up to the yep. Picking back up from there, hashtag where are the cats, hashtag Sheila attacks, hashtag where are the attack cats, hashtag found a very bitey cat, hashtag let's not think about the fact that our Dahlia is the anomaly and that in most of the known universe she is predestined towards evil. Hashtag when God was born, hashtag the big squeeze, hashtag the big enchilada in the sky, hashtag Jesus Christ, it's Jesus Christ, hashtag solicitation knocks at death's door, hashtag regal no more, hashtag yes, that belongs in hashtag Followed by followed by you got Rickrolled. Hashtag except Dahlia is a demigod. Hashtag woman. Hashtag Satan said calmly. Hashtag don't you dare. Hashtag don't you fucking dare. Hashtag Dahlia is a child, not a woman. Hashtag lies gain conceptual weight. Hashtag we split the party. Fuck. Hashtag Lucifer, the beautiful lie. Hashtag cruising on down Main Street. Hashtag Jesus wants a hug. Hashtag Jesus takes the wheel. Hashtag how many times will the DM say Regal? Hashtag Regal episode. Hashtag Regal Hall. Hashtag Regal Goddess. Hashtag at least 4 more times. Hashtag Regal Eagle. Hashtag make that 5. Hashtag corn. Hashtag corn problems. Hashtag corn flakes. Hashtag Regal Orca. Hashtag 6. 6 times this high count. Hashtag big dubstep fan Helios. Hashtag magic zone zoom and enhance. Hashtag feel so called out. Hashtag check my ride. Hashtag why is Sonic the Hedgehog music playing? Hashtag Jules is so close to his one bad day. Hashtag so close. Hashtag so very close. Hashtag in the line. Everybody off. Hashtag Spencer has not been fed. Oh no. Hashtag bardic inspiration for everyone. Hashtag make it so. We thank you again for joining us here as we cut off this combat about to be prepared. And we hope that you all will rejoin us in 2 weeks from now, hopefully with Dahlia ready to catch back up and then possibly enter into this combat in between events. Thank you again, and we hope to hear from y'all, see from y'all soon. Later.
Bye.
Bye.